What's up, Internet? It is your boy, Eric Bandholz, back again. Happy day to you. I hope all is well. As many of you have known on Facebook, I recently was a beardvertiser. And the company I beardvertised for was Dollar Shave Club. And the irony did not fall on deaf ears with me that a bearded man is beardvertising his beard board for a shave company. Well, let me tell you one thing. Dollar Shave Club, they're actually a cool company. I love their videos. They have another product which us bearded people can use called One White Charlies. So I figured as part of the package for beardvertising, they gave me a sample pack of these. So I figured I'd do a little review test to let you know what I think of it, and then you can make a good decision from there. What I've got here are two bowls that I've been soaking this product in water for a couple hours. And really, the one thing that always concerned me with these flushable moist wipes is that are they going to biodegrade, like they say. So this is maybe a little less, a little more of toilet paper that I use. So as you can see, this is my first time touching it. This just, when you pick it up, it just falls apart. So, and this is not used. This is fresh toilet paper. So with the moist wipes, you'll see that it's been sitting for the same period of time in the water, and I haven't tried this before, so this is all new to me. You can rip it from the side, but it takes a good bit of ripping. It's coming apart a little, but it definitely, whereas this, you just pick it up and the weight of the water just breaks it apart. Whereas this is definitely a struggle. Let's see here. Here's a fresh one. Yeah, so it's pretty much, I mean, if anything, the water has made it tougher to tear apart. So, in terms of biodegradability, I really don't know how biodegradable. I don't know if they're going to fall apart or not. So I'm no scientist. This is not a empirical, controlled based study, but it is definitely more hard to tear apart than your typical toilet paper, and maybe that's to be expected. So going into like the use of the product, so my wife came in to my room, and she actually tried it before I did, and her eyes were like wide as could be, grinned from ear to ear, and just absolutely loved this. She was just talking about how her how that third eye, I should say, was just glowing with the peppermint. So they got peppermint in here, and it just apparently just kind of puckers up the pucker up. But anyways, I gave it a whirl, and I've got a dingleberry farm, as I imagine most bearded people out there have. So one thing that I would notice is this is probably not a one white Charlie. I would probably describe it more as a final white Charlie. So maybe you do your duty with your ordinary toilet paper, and then you kind of finalize everything with your one white Charlie. In terms of prices, I don't know how much they cost. They gave it to me for free. You can look it up online yourself. There's a website called Google. You go to Google and then type in Dollar Shave Club or something like that. So anyways, it's a fun experience, I guess. If you've never done that before, give it a whirl, give it a try. I'll probably stick to this routine. We'll see what my wife does if she sticks with that. But I want to tell you, I've got a story for you. You can quit watching. This is not going to add any more to the review. It's totally a story. So the first time, it's one of these kind of stories. The first time I ever ran into a bidet was in Tokyo in 2003. I went to my buddy's house in Tokyo, stayed with his family for 3 weeks, and they had a normal bathroom, so there was no experience there. Well, we went on a overnight trip to Nagano in May. So it's the off season. We go to this hotel, and there's absolutely no one in this hotel at all. So we're fresh out. I was fresh out of college. We're having time. We think this hotel is all ours. We're just controlling it. So we go to the restroom in I guess in the main lobby part, and we're just playing around in there. And I go to the bathroom, and I see one of these fancy Japanese toilets. And if you've never been to Japan, like, they have a love affair for toilets like none other. Like, these toilets are like more high tech than the camera that's filming this. It's more high tech than anything. So we go in there, and I just use the restroom like I normally would. I'm done, but I'm standing up. The toilet's flushed. Everything's done, and I'm like, man, I really kind of want to see what this stuff does. So I bend down. And this control panel for this like $10 million toilet seat is all in Japanese, and it doesn't have like pictures that make a lick of a sense. So I start pushing buttons, and nothing's really happening. And then I push this one button, and all of a sudden I see this little little stick that just kind of comes out from the back of the toilet. It's like. It's like really slow, and it's taking forever. And I'm like, the anticipation is like blowing my mind. I'm like, what is going to come out of this little thing? So it comes out, and after like, seems like 20 minutes of just like, comes out. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm standing there looking at it, looking down into the toilet. It sprays water like the Niagara Falls, like coming at me. And it's like, I'm getting soaked with like toilet water just flashing at me. It's like soaking my clothes. And I'm like, oh my God. So I like run out of the bathroom stall. And this thing is shooting from the toilet like all the way to the sinks, the wash where you wash your hands, like all the way like 20 feet. And I'm like, oh my God. Like if you unclench during this process, like water is going to be coming out of your eyeballs and earballs and your mouth and nose and superpower. So anyways, it's going. Well, I figure maybe this is on like a 5-second timer or 10-second timer or something like that. And I just patiently wait for it to turn off so I can kind of tootle out of there. Well, this thing's not turning off. It's like spraying like for minutes. It's just going, and I'm like soaking the entire bathroom. So anyways, I'm like, oh shit, man, I don't want to flood this hotel and get a bill. So I'm like, I got to dive in. So I dive in, and I got the water's coming at me like this. And I got the water, just like my hands blocking it. And it's going everywhere, and the thing's going everywhere, and just. And then here I am. I've got this control panel with no button that makes any lick of sense for stop. Like, they're all in, like, these Japanese characters with, like, you know, smiley faces and fish and whatnot. And I'm, like, pressing every single button. Meanwhile, I'm, like, really, literally getting soaked with piss water or toilet water. And then finally, I don't know what I did, but I pressed the right button. And then so it does this little dramatic, it peels back in. The bathroom's soaked. I'm soaked. And then I just walk out of the bathroom, and my friend's standing there waiting for me, and I'm drenched in water. He's like, what the fuck happened? So anyways, if you ever go to Tokyo and use one of their bidets, try to learn the stop button before you learn the go button. Anyways, hope you enjoyed watching. As always, One Way Charlie's, it will light your ass on fire in a good kind of way. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Cheers. Beard on.